Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony, Chris Webber. Hall of Fame sideline reporter is David Aldridge. And we're happy to have with us one of the great two-way players in the history of the game, Kevin Garnett. KG, welcome.
Man, thank you.
How's that headset feel? Does it feel pretty good?
Man, this is, hey, I never knew, Kev. It's a great fit, bro.
Yeah, it's not too bad, is it?
Is this mine?
Yeah, it's yours, and you look good in it.
Thank you, bro.
We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. And Kevin, what's it feel like when you hear you're one of the most dominant players of this generation in a generation of great players?
That's weird. That's weird to hear because, you don't do anything by yourself.
Think of the names. Think of the names.
You know what? When you talk about stats and you talk about, numbers, then you put them up against, previous and your peers, then yeah. But, you got to always give homage to coaching styles. You got to always give homage to organizations, other players. Players make this league. This is not something you do by yourself. You come in here, you put your work in, but the camaraderie and the energy that you're able to get, the friendships, the bonds you're able to get in this. Now you have to give that to your teammates and your brothers that have helped you on the way.
You've always deferred. You've always said, yeah, thank you, but listen, look at this guy. Look at this coach.
It is, man. Seriously, man. I won MVP in 04, and it was more about the guys that I was playing with and our connection more than the award. I was kind of the symbol and the example of that team put together, and I hope that I was able to always be, the example of. I hope that I was able to always, have those guys to be proud of, what we all accomplished that year, because one person just don't come into that and do that. That's a team thing.
Now the starting group for the visitors. The Magician out there with the Wizards. It's Goose. Then it's the Magician, and it's House, and it's the one.
Well, no matter what, he's always going to be one of the most dangerous men on the court.
Here's Cole. Passes it to Cousins. Releases. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game. Kevin, you did the unusual. Your senior year in high school, you transferred not just to another city, but to another state where you were named the high school player of the year across the country. Tell us a bit about the importance of that personally and playing-wise to you.
Well, going to a new place, I wanted to establish myself in a big city like Chicago, coming from a small place like South Carolina. It was a shock at first. And what I mean by shock, I just never estimated that many good players being in one central area. Chicago has tons of talent that's unheard of. And all I wanted to do is just have a presence there. And it was a bit of a task, but, slowly but surely I gave myself short goals. To be number one is always a goal of mine, but more importantly, to be established, for everybody to know that, this is Kevin Garnett. This is who he is. This is what he's about. And, I used to wear that on my shoulder. I've always took a lot of pride in myself and how I prepare. And I wanted everybody to know in the city of Chicago that I was there.
Here's the Magician, and stolen by Cousins. And the pass to House. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Brad Stevens and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He said even though this was their first meeting of the year, he did not expect there to be a feeling out period between these teams. He said, we have a group of guys who can score and do it in a hurry. We're going to go right at them and test their defense early on. Looks like they're in attack mode, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, thanks for the report, David. So it's all about getting their offense going early on.
And I think that's the right call, guys. Get that rhythm established at the offensive end as soon as possible.
Oh, yeah, I agree, because they have to be the team that dictates the style of play in this game. I mean, they'll be much better off in a shootout instead of a slugfest.
The first one falls. And Kevin, terrific footwork. So critical for an elite big man to be great. It's like you can't be that big and that good and not have good footwork, right?
You know what? Part of being that good is that you have, good footwork.
Yes.
A lot of the counters, a lot of the post work, you're opening up, you having to use the backboard. That's a certain way you got to open up to be able to get that shot off. If you're left-handed, you got to be able to do it both ways. It's very complex, but footwork is a big part of it. You have to have it. It's impeccable, and the ones that don't have it struggle.
Here is House. Pass to Bradshaw. Here is House. He kicks to Cole. 5 to shoot. 9 feet out, and it's blocked. And here they come. Here's Stanley. Nailed from three-point land. Cool Hands got 5.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
The drive by Cousins. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Here is House. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. No good from Cousins.
Not easy to miss a clean look inside like that, but he manages to do it.
Knocks it loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. Kevin, you talk a lot about passion, but also fundamentals. Who are some of the guys you faced that had great footwork that you admired and maybe even picked something up in terms of footwork after watching them play?
Footwork that jumps right out at me. Charles Barkley had really good footwork.
Interesting.
He was 6'4", undersized.
Yes.
He was able to use his body a lot. He was very physical. A lot of people don't know Charles Barkley had an unbelievable vertical. Tim Duncan had really good feet also. Rasheed Wallace had really good feet work. Shaq, believe it or not, I didn't really guard a lot of Shaq, but Shaq had a really good feet. You can really go through the whole catalog of guys. I'm thinking Zach Randolph because he was always opening up. Chris Bosh had really good feet.
Great names. Cartwright with it. Just 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. Drills it from outside. Cartwright's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Pass to Shaw from beyond the arc. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defense is adjusting. Terrific pass work. That shot's a lot easier after an assist like that.
Here is House. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. And the type of leader you are, Kevin, the idea of coaching must have crossed your mind at some time. Am I right or no?
Oh, no. Listen, I like to think.
Too much?
You know what? You have to have a certain patience with coaching. I like to think of myself as a teacher.
Yes.
I like to think of myself as being able to articulate certain things about the game, having a high IQ, being able to translate that from, how I'm thinking to showing you. Those are the things that enthusiastic about, some stuff I want to show about. I don't have any enthusiasm about being out here, X's and O's, drawing up a play. Being a coach is a huge responsibility.
And if they couldn't match your intensity, I'm sure that would frustrate you as a coach, right?
You have to understand that not matching my intensity, but getting a goal done. How you go about something is your way. As long as we're here to reach the same goal.
Yes.
I can't tell you how hard to do something. But I will hope that you would do it hard enough to where it was preventative or however hard it took to reach the goal. And, I've always said that if I'm able to teach someone and get them to work with me, I would hope that they would put some velocity in it in the hopes in which I win at it. That's the only way you got to go at it.
Well said. Here's Blackshear. It's deflected. Here's the great one. 11 points for him in that last game again. And here is Cartwright. Passes it to Carson. And here is Cartwright. Fires for three. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Here is House. The pass to Bradshaw. From 12 feet out. Got a hand on it. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Well, it's all about the rim protection because it's been fantastic. A big part of helping them build this early lead.
Now Campbell. He had 10 points in the win again. Here's Shorty. They get a hand on it. Pass to Carson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Castro. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboards.
Here is House. Right wing. And even 3-on-3 break. From 12 feet out. Got a piece of it, but he stays with it. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
First one falls for him. And KG, as many points as you scored in your career, how much pride did you take in your defensive play?
You know, I like to think that it's respected. You know, I didn't play. I like to think that when I got to Boston, I made more of a added effort to play defense. You know, in Minnesota, I had such a responsibility on the offensive side that you don't ever save yourself.
Yes.
You don't save yourself in anything. But I would have to find ways of when I come out of the game, you know, immediate ice stuff. You know, stuff that I could use to try to get any type of rest. I know Flip was going to use me in 2 or 3 minute segments, so I would probably have 3 to 4 minutes of rest and then have to get right back out. But when I got to Boston, obviously, we had a deeper team, a better team, and Doc Rivers did a great job, I felt like, of listening to me. I was listening to my body, but more importantly, we have offensive scores. I wanted to be more of the head of our defense. I wanted to be the one to be talking. Rondo and I had an immediate chemistry with that. It was something that it was natural between the two of us, and I think everybody else followed. Tibbs threw some schemes on top of some of the stuff that we was able to bring. Doc was open to some of the different ideas, scheme-wise, and the rest is history. Next thing you know, Cleveland is running out stuff. LeBron goes to Miami. Now Miami's running out stuff. Right, next thing you know, Miami beats us with our stuff.
Oh, no.
It's evolution. Right. It's evolution. It's evolution, man. If I sit here and go through it and you sit back and go and watch it, you're like, holy snap. Wow, it's the same look. They bringing the guy over, post up. Yeah, so, shout out to everybody and us innovating and bringing that defense, and shout out to Tibbs, right.
Here is Shaw. He's got 6. Dixon, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Kevin, listening to the value you placed in preparation, practice to you was obviously important.
Practice to me was very important. Preparing was very important. You know, scouting reports, being clear, understanding rotation, understanding what the goal was, understanding the plan. Like, I took all that to heart because I had to be the relayer of that. I had to articulate that to players. I had to be the one in pick and rolls calling out the coverages and stuff. And if I didn't know that, then, you know, Rondo, the guards, they didn't know. So
they were going to get blasted.
So I had to be on top of that. So that was part of the responsibility, one of my responsibilities of just being a professional and being ready to play.
Now here's Cousins. Kicks it to House. Here's Mr. Clutch. Cousins, the pass to Dixon. 6 to shoot. With 1 on the clock, and that one is stuffed right through.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Yeah, fellas, a putback like that is always a big swing, not just in terms of points, but the momentum, too.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now, here's Cousins. He's got 6. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Kevin, we know the big markets offer more opportunities than just basketball. Does that make it impossible for small market teams, you think, to compete?
I think that as long as you have dollars in the market, yes, you can be competitive. I think that your GMs have to actually put forth some work and put forth teams. I think you got to find what groups of guys work together and then go out and try to foresee that. I think in a game where you're dealing with cash and you're dealing with being able to have ability to sign and trade players in this league, I think that you can make a competitive roster. There's no mishaps on
There's
what
enough
you can
money
do.
around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And player movement is more than ever now. You know, players are not doing 5 to 6 year deals no more. Players are doing 2 years.
Yes.
So, yeah, you can definitely make a competitive roster.
And that one, good. Cousins has got 8 points.
Nice job to get to the rack before the D could get any help in the post.
Down low and stolen by Cousins. Here's Columbus. Tries again, and it's good on the way in. And that's now 6 points for Mr. Clutch.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Campbell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw drops for Campbell. And Campbell drills both of them.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Here's Cole. He is guarded by Cartwright. Pass to Slim. Off target from three-point range. Thing is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. Campbell with it. Now the pass to Carlson. Here's Campbell. And there's the call on the Magician. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Now you better watch it. He doesn't want to pick up a third foul before halftime.
Martin, the pass to Primetime. Cartwright with it. Clock at 6. from outside the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Cartwright's got his second basket of the night.
I don't know if that was by design or by accident, but the D not paying any attention to him.
Here's Cole, and that misses badly. Air ball, and around 41% on the night. Feeds it to Martin. Shoots over Cousins. Nice D from Cousins.
Not a very consistent quarter for him in terms of a shooting.
Here's Cole. He is guarded by Cartwright. And it's Cole missing.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And we want to thank Kevin Garnett for joining us, giving us some perspective. KG is always great, and thank you. You've given us a lot to think about with your comments tonight. Thanks for coming by.
Okay, Hall, man, I hope I was able to help, man. You know, thank you for letting me be part of it.
You took over the broadcast.
Not even, man. I'm learning.
You took over the broadcast.
I'm learning from the best, K. Keep doing it, man.
Love you, buddy.
My dude.
And Chris, one of the things that's really cool, getting to watch KG develop as a player and now develop as an analyst.
Well, it's fun having gone through the position where KG is. I know that it's not as an easy transition as he's making it look, but he has knowledge of the game. He is definitely one of the best defenders of our era. He's a winner, and so it's great to hear his insight anytime you can.
The great ones checked in for Martin. Here's Cole. He is guarded by Cartwright. Just 5 to shoot to end the cold streak. That one no good.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
No, it doesn't go. His 4th miss in 8 attempts. Slim passes to Cole. Pass to Bradshaw. From 11 feet away. No good on the shot. And so it's the home team, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. And we'll be back with you shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. 1 half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Taking a look at this home squad. And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
Well, they've been playing with some toughness, and it's led to a nice lead for them, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers. And now they need to stay mean, Ernie. You cannot lose that edge in the second half.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about the visiting team?
They're not getting to the line or putting enough pressure on the defense. They have to be much more aggressive pushing the basketball, going hard to the rack. Because if you want the ref to make a call, put them in a position to make a judgment call. If you're not creating opportunities for contact, you have no chance of picking up points at the line.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. One guy has been getting it done is prime time.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
So important to have someone out there creating second chance opportunities. He took care of those duties in the first half.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. And Portland just 35% so far. They've got prime time. Martin is out there with Carson. Then it's the Magician, and it's Stanley in at the 2. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half.
I like what he was trying to do, shaking the D with the fadeaway. Tough look, though.
The shot by House is no good. House has gone 1 of 6 shooting from the field. Here's Cool Hands. That one a little long. Pass to Blackshear. He kicks it to House. High post try. That one good for 2. You know, for years, the adage has been that, C-Web, big men take longer to develop than other positions. Does that still ring true today?
I don't think so. I think today the point guard position, because the point guard position is the toughest position in the game. I think when the big men did take the longest to develop, it was because the big man position, the center and power forward, were the toughest, and that's kind of changed. Cat and B didn't take very long to develop. Big men coming to the league, they're more polished now, and I think the fact that the coaches, the coaching, the skill sets now are so much more alike that guys can make an easier adjustment into the game because they've been playing their game and adjusting a lot longer than maybe the players before that had to find a different role once they entered into the pros.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. House has got 4 points this quarter. 90 seconds now into the second half. And there's the call on the Magician. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Cool Hands. 5 points in the game. Prime time, the pass to Carson. To the paint.
That's going to be an easy bucket if he doesn't get his hand to that pass. Well defended.
Bradshaw. Yes, that goes in. The Magician's got his first 2 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And there's the call on the Magician. That's his third foul of the game. Shorty, he's checked in for the Magician. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Passes to Martin. Here's Prime time. He's guarded by Cousins. Shot clock at 5. The pass to Stanley. Here's Shorty from deep. The shot will not fall.
They haven't been able to get their legs under them since coming out of the locker room. 0 for 4 to start the half.
To the inside. And it's Cole missing. Gone 0 of 4 from the field in the second half. Yet to find the mark. Pass to Cannon to the right side. And it ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
Dixon's checked in for Cole. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. The putback is no good. Gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Cousins for the lead, and that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And here is Campbell. He dishes it to Martin. Pass to Campbell. 4 on the shot clock. To end the drought, it's good from long range. Campbell's got 5 now. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter.
Anyway, talk about a coach who gets the most out of his guys and what he has to work with. I mean, that's none other than Brad Stevens. I mean, he's done it for years. First in college, now on the greatest level.
Here is House. 6 points for him. Clock at 4, and it's Speedy with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The great one's checked in for Cool Hands. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And that one drops. And talking about Stevens, many people were shocked when he received 0 votes from his peers for Coach of the Year.
Oh, yeah, I think people just got used to his style. And it's not just the great scheme that he has. He does a fantastic, subtle job of motivating players and keeping everyone focused.
Here's Campbell. He's got 5, 4 on the clock. Shoots over Cousins. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. For the tie, And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. First free throw is good. Well, great leaping ability. Such a advantage in this game of basketball, Chris, when you think about the bigs who can control that kind of part of their game. Who comes to mind for you?
You have to go out there to look at that man, DeAndre Jordan. I mean, he dunks, it looks like a Nerf hoop. He just throws it up there. The way that he gets up. Or how about Drummond, the way that he can get 20 rebounds in just a second. How quick he is at getting that second step and going back up. When I think of athletic big men, I think of Andre Drummond as one of the most athletic big men that I've ever seen in my time of playing basketball.
Here's Cartwright. 6 points for him. And it's the machine with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Here's Campbell. He has 5. To the inside. No good. Nice D from Cousins. Here's Daly. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. To the middle. It's picked off. To the paint. Here's Cousins. The layup off target.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Here's Cartwright. Now Campbell. Shot clock at 6. Here's Castro. Connects from 3-point range.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Now here's Cousins. He's covered closely. Kicks it to House. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe.
He's so confident, so self-assured on every free throw he takes.
Looking at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Here's Campbell. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. On Friday and then on Wednesday. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Two shots.
The first one falls. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here is House. 8 points for him. He kicks it to Cousins. Passes it to House. Back to Cousins. Carson grabs the board. Carson's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Campbell with it. 7 points in the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the pass to Cannon. Off target with the open look. Thing is leaving something to be desired. Just 36% here in the 3rd quarter. Cousins, no one around him, sinks the three-pointer. Cousins has got 13.
He's done everything they've asked for tonight. I mean, it's all because of all the work he's done that this game is even close.
Stolen. One-on-one fast break for the lead. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
This score will be very different without his offense. He's been terrific.
Mr. Clutch has gone 5 of 7 from the floor here. Here's Campbell. He gets it in there. Campbell's got 7 points for the quarter.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here is House. Campbell defending. Pass to Dixon. Over to the left wing. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Shaw. Buries it from 3-point range. Shaw's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
And here is Cartwright. He has 6. Pass to Castro. That shot is off. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The away team leading by 3. And 4th quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Slim. Shaw is out there with Blackshear. Then it's the Wizard, and it's Cole in at the 3 spot. Cans it from downtown.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Here's the great one. Ball's knocked loose. The pass to Primetime. To the wing on the left. Here's the Magician. Takes it from 10. Shaw with the rebound. Pass to Blackshear. Misses off the left iron.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
Here's Carson. Here's Castro. And it's off from 3-point range. Thing has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Here's Cousins. Carson grabs the board. Carson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Carlson. Count it from 12. Gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. And Cole kicks to Cousins. Inside, Shaw. No good with the layup.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
They get it back. Carson passes to Carson. Out left to the wing. Pass to Castro. Just 5 on the clock. From beyond the arc, it's not going to go for him.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Martin's checked in for Carson. Here's prime time. Passes it to Castro. Outside Martin. There's the pass to prime time. To the wing right side. Shot clock at 5. Over to the wing. Three-pointer. The three-pointer is right on target. And that's now 6 points for the Great One.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Cool hands checked in for the Great One. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. With this game still up for grabs, he told his team, hey, we're in position to take this one, guys. Let's stay focused and stay together, and we'll get it done. We'll see how it plays out, Kevin.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And the first one at the line is good. He hits both from the stripe. Gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Pass to Carson. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Fires from 14. No good off the front iron. Gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Pass to Bradshaw. 13 feet away. He's off on that one.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 6 rebounds here tonight. He couldn't stay in bounds, and that's going to be a turnover. The Machines check in for Shaw. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's prime time. Lets it go from 11. Rebound by House. Cousins against Martin. To the middle. Here's prime time. Almost, but it rolls out. Martin against Cousins. Outside, House drains it from beyond the arc. House has got 9 points now in just the second half.
He's made the most of the halftime break. He shook off the problems he had in the first half, and he started to settle in.
Passes it to Carson. Here's Stanley, hits the jump hook.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
But he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by this team.
Now here's Cousins. Here is House. Just 4 to shoot. Shot from the top of the key. Cousins, no good.
He's trying to help him add to this lead, but he just can't find his touch.
Here's prime time. There's the pass to Carlson. Fades back. And that one hits back iron.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back because he is not carrying his weight at the offensive end.
Here's Carson. Pass to Stanley. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, the Wizard.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
Here is House. And Cole kicks to House. Bank shot, no good.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
Pass to Stanley. To tie it up. Rebound by House. House has got his 4th rebound in this one. Inside, here's Cole. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. In the 4th quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. Picked his pocket, and they turn it over. Stepped in the line that time.
Oh, I mean, what a time to turn it over. I mean, if this game doesn't go their way, we're going to look back on that one.
And so Brad Stevens decides to call timeout. Just 31% in the game. Here's Cool Hands. That ties it up.
And after all that time, finally, they've been able to tie it up here in the 4th quarter. What a comeback and what a finish we have in store.
I didn't think they'd be able to come all the way back. These games had a little bit of everything.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
Wrong guy to put on the line in the close game. You know he's not going to miss.
And there's the pass to Bradshaw. Kicks it to House. Pass to Cousins. Here's Cole. Shot clock at 5. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Pass to Stanley. Yes!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Well, we want people to tune in, don't we? This is what they're tuning into. Big moments.
Here's Bradshaw. Offensive rebound. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one, and that brings them within 2 here.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Here's Primetime. Out to the wing. Stanley, the pass to Primetime. Jacks up a 3. Cousins pulls it in. So Mike Budenholzer decides to take a timeout here. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
Yeah, Greg, and I say you go for the dagger. I mean, try to get that big 3. That'll win you the game.
$16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here is House. Passes to Bradshaw. And so the home crowd treated to a win. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.